Welcome back to North Central High School for our third game of the 6th annual Paul Logan Memorial Invitational. And it pits two teams that met each other in the semi-state round of last year's state tournament. Number 8, Valparaiso, comes in with an 11-1 overall record, taking on the team that defeated them in the semi-state round last year, 4th-ranked Hamilton Southeastern, who comes in 11-2. Today's game brought to you by the Ed Martin Automotive Group. When it comes to your next car, Ed Martin is the only name you need to know. And the Paul Logan Foundation, honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together. Rick Johnston, Jane Schott here with you. And, Coach, we had two great games to start. This one is going to be really good. We have some high-level talent on the floor with two players committed to MAC schools and the headliner for Hamilton Southeastern, K.K. Holman, going to Florida, one of the front-runners for Miss Basketball this year.
Yeah, two great games so far, and we expected this one to be the best one of the day in terms of competitiveness, talent on the floor, great coaching, and a little bit of revenge factor because they met each other at the very end of the season last year.
It was a Hamilton Southeastern 57-39 win in that semi-state round, as last year Valpo went 19-8. They won their third straight sectional title and also took home back-to-back regional titles as well. Starting lineups tonight for Valparaiso: Cadence Clark wears number 10. Number 12 is Bree Fincannon. Number 23, Lily Barnes. She's the one going to Ball State, and Brady Sallee, the defending MAC champs. Number 24 is Cheyenne Brown, and number 32 is Delilah Kincaid. For 4th-ranked Hamilton Southeastern, number 3 is Piper Brindley. Number 14 is Abby Orm. Number 11, K.K. Holman, going to Florida a year from now. Number 12 is Ant Green, and the future Bowling Green Falcon is number 20, Kayla Stidham. 9 straight wins for Valparaiso, and they played some really good ball clubs on Saturday. Jane, they were supposed to play in a Noblesville tournament. Noblesville's been hit with a ton of injuries, so it became a round-robin triangle show with number 1 Norwell and Fort Wayne Snyder. Valpo victorious in both. 2 points over number 1 Norwell and a 10-point win over a very talented Fort Wayne Snyder bunch that you and I saw earlier this week.
Most definitely. They got to be playing some of their best basketball right now to come out to back-to-back wins, and now they get to play Hamilton Southeastern. So Coach Kelly Kratz booking up the middle of her season just to see where they are, and that's a great way to do it because you can learn a lot by playing really good teams.
The Vikings of Valpo in the road green, Hamilton Southeastern, the Royals in the home whites. They've won 9 out of their last 10 games. K.K. Holman threads it too far for Piper Brindley, and a turnover on the first possession here for the Royals.
Right away you can see that Hamilton Southeastern trying to utilize that screen to free up a layup. Valpo did a nice job of pushing her down, so the errant pass goes out of bounds.
3 in double figures for Valpo to start. Barnes, their leader, with 20 points tonight. Inside to Brown. Turnaround off the high window, no. Ball tapped out by Kincaid and picked up here by Ant Green.
Both teams did a man-to-man to start the game.
Stidham bluffing the 3, drives, weaves, misses, but she'll go to the line twice.
Kayla Stidham is an extremely efficient three-point shooter, 33% on the season. You have to respect them. As a team, they shoot 29%, and she is one of their best. So you can see people flying out at her, which she takes opportunity to go to the basket.
Last year, she was 40% from downtown. You can see just kind of the way that basketball has evolved. Just a handful of years ago, a 6-foot player, they tell you, go into the block, put your hand up back to the basket, but you saw there a little show, a little head fake and go. Instead of not afraid to put it on the deck.
She's got some pretty good basketball lineage, as her mom was a standout for Richmond and went to Penn State and had an amazing career.
Brown up top, defended by Holman. Clark, here's Barnes. Turnaround, mid-range, perfect for Lily Barnes.
Well, the one thing about Lily Barnes is she can score the ball effectively in many, many ways. So you gotta, she's a matchup nightmare.
Way outside, Stidham 3, nope. Rebound Brindley, no as well. Barnes shot 52% from the field last year and also had a career best in three-point shooting as well. Tries her first long one today, back rim off. And then in boxed out and taken down to the floor. Clark, she pops back up as HSE runs the other way.
That was a good box out there by, she just kind of kept her off.
Brindley turns the corner, little floater, just off target to the right, and rebounded here by Barnes. Barnes ahead of steam right to the rack, and that's why she's going to Muncie a year from now.
Handles the ball extremely well for her size. So as I mentioned, you can't put a post player on her because she's going to take you right to the rack or step you out and hit three. And right now, Holman against Barnes, I like this matchup defensively.
Holman has it. Has been applauded for electrifying speed throughout the first 13 games of the year, both from her head coach Brian Satterfield and opposing head coaches as well.
Valpo just trying to keep pressure, keep it out of the paint. Right now, Allie get a nice look.
Orm, straight away three, bang.
Abby Orm, she is also proficient from behind the arc at 31%.
Scores is about 5 points per ball game. It gets three here in the first. Screen and roll, going right down the lane, and too much strength there from Kincaid. She went right through the middle of Holman's chest.
Yeah, they're going to get that charge every time. Holman did a nice job of setting up. Kincaid goes to the bench.
So less than 3 minutes in. The wing player Kincaid at 5'8" has to exit.
Just her, is it her first though, right? Did they get that on Kincaid?
Yep, I think they did.
Yeah.
I think they put the wrong score up there. They had Cheyenne Brown on the scoreboard. I think they just changed it to Kincaid. So she exits. Allison Savetic in here. Here's Holman. Can't find it from three. Still a 1 point clearance here for the Royals.
Great effort by Stidham to go for the offensive rebound. She knows her running mate, Kennedy Holman's going to shoot that shot. The play was designed to get her coming off of a down screen for a 3-point shot. And she just missed it, but Stidham tries to keep it alive.
Barnes walking it up for Valpo, clad in the road green. Cheyenne Brown thought about a three, Stidham right there to cover. Clark.
Brown's a good 3-point shooter at 39% on the season.
Gets it back to Barnes, who slashes, pulls up, mid-range swish, and Lily Barnes has all 6 of Valpo's points here to start.
She plays with great pace, Rick. She is just very calm. Takes what the defense gives her.
Great hands from Brown to knock it away from Green, and then she's able to save it after the help from Fincannon. Barnes. Doesn't look rushed or hurried. Barnes throws it to the baseline, goes and gets it, and then turn around and throw it into the HSE bench.
Hamilton Southeastern man-to-man defense is going to pressure you enough, so you've got to be strong with the ball, but you got to make sure that you don't hold it too long. I felt like that time Barnes hung on to it too long.
1 point hole for HSE. First time they've trailed here in our contest today. Brindley's had a lot of good looks at the hoop to start. Got to the block. Outside for a Green 3-ball. Holman up over everybody for the rebound. Going to get blocked from behind by Barnes.
Great rebound, but also a good defensive play by the Vikings just to keep her from getting to the basket easily.
These two Indiana All-Star candidates going blow for blow here in the first 5 minutes. Pass too high for Barnes, intercepted by Holman, her counterpart. Holman, spin into contact, and she gets the basket.
Kennedy Holman, difficult to stop getting downhill. See that finishing ability in traffic.
Sadevic thought about a three. Barnes from the volleyball line, just short, tapped around and finds the hands of Cadence Clark.
Yeah, Brown's three was a little bit off the mark, but that was what I would call a good miss. Gives her teammate an opportunity to gather in the offensive.
Orm bumped on the take by Clark, able to save it in the corner. 2.5 left to go here in an exciting opening quarter between two of the top 10 teams in Class 4A. Holman airballs the shot.
Wanted a foul, but maybe nothing up top.
Number 8, Valpo leading by 1. Barnes trying to make it more, unsuccessful on a three. Holman dashes in for the rebound. Then her pocket pick from behind by Fincannon. Holman ran into Barnes, and then Barnes gets it here in transition around. Stidham couldn't get it, as Stidham able to alter the shot, but then unable to get back into the court of play was Brindley, and it stays here with Valpo after all of that up and down action.
Official's going to let them play just a little bit. Both teams have to adjust because if you know that there's going to be a little contact without a call, then you can play accordingly.
Evie Tolliver and Haley Mazzara come in here for HSE. Holman, Stidham remain on the floor along with Orm. Alyssa Bergler in for Valpo as well. Their first call to the bench. Bergler corner three off the feed from Barnes is splashed home.
That's impressive. She steps in off the bench and knocks it down. She got her feet set, just waiting on the kick out.
5 in a row for the Vikings, and they lead by 4. Tolliver tried to skip into the dribble, quickly swung around the arc. Faking the three, Mazzara, and she traveled.
Well, we mentioned it earlier in the first 2 games. Remember, both these teams coming off of a break, got to get their legs back under them a little bit, get their rhythm back.
Yeah, 9-day break for Hamilton Southeastern. They won at home by 6 against Homestead out of Fort Wayne. As you mentioned, Valpo with the 2-step at Fort Wayne Snyder this past Saturday. Diving on the floor, ripping it away, Tolliver for HSE as they try to cut into this 4-point deficit. Barnes read the pass, couldn't get it away from Stidham, finds the hands of Holman. She'll find an open teammate on the right wing whose 3 was no good. That was Mazzara, excuse me, and here comes HSE the other way.
You can see maybe the Valparaiso's got a little bit more of their legs, little rhythm because they've played more recently. Hamilton Southeastern still struggling offensively.
Long 3 on the way, front rim, rolls off for Clark. Up and down action here from North Central as Holman, free throw line J, no. Fought for by Tolliver, loose into the Valpo bench, and it's going back to those in green.
It's been a quick first quarter, not a lot of stoppages, not a lot of turnovers, so play has been just constant. You can see both teams going to their bench because of it.
Just 2 total free throws here in our opening frame.
Little flare screen trying to get Clark open for a 3.
Ava Kashani's come in off the Valpo bench. Kincaid back out there, or somebody off the HSE bench. Kincaid back out there for Valpo. Barnes wants to hold for the final shot here for the Vikings. Against Holman. Fall away, Holman blocked it. Picked up, turn around to beat the horn. Off the rim, Orm has it with 1. She'll heave it from 3-quarter court, and a Clark block denies the heave from HSE. A 5-0 run for Valpo. Closes the first quarter. They lead by 4 after 1 here on the ISC Sports Network.
What's in a name? What's in a name? Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is
Ah,
caught.
there you
Oh,
go.
wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my
goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That in the air. Wrestler! Wrestler! Whoa!
11-7. Lead for number 8 Valparaiso against number 4 Hamilton Southeastern. A rematch of last year's semi-state semi-final. HSE saw their season end a year ago to state runner-up Warsaw in that semi-final round. Dream season last year for Hamilton Southeastern. That Maya Makaluski, who's now at IU, they went 27-1 before losing to Warsaw. It was the first sectional and regional titles for HSE since 2019. Opening possession here for the Royals. So our starters back on the floor outside of Evie Tolliver and Ava Kashani.
Good design play out of the timeout to try to get an easy bucket, but Valpo sniffed it out.
Barnes with an ear-to-ear grin as as Holman just snuck it away from her, couldn't finish at the rim. Second attempt for Holman, no good. Stidham tries her hand this time, and she's fouled.
Well, we talked about the big layoff for Hamilton Southeastern. They're missing a lot of shots that I would expect. Those are normally makes for them. They're struggling right now offensively. So what do you got to do? Go to the boards, do what you can do. Try to hope your defense holds, and it has so far, only down 4, but they just can't find the range. Get to the free throw line. That's the easy way to make baskets.
Stidham, the only player in our game so far to attempt free throws. She's 3 of 3. %93 from the stripe for the future Bowling Green Falcon. 4 of 4, and she gets HSE back to within a pair.
Well, 2-2-1 full court press. Going to see if they can speed Valpo up and get the ball out of Lily Barnes' hands.
They do. She goes cross-court, Finn Cannon. Kicks it outside to Kincaid. Wanted to take Orm off the bounce.
Make somebody else beat you.
And stepping on the baseline was Kincaid with that right foot. Good defense from the Royals.
You have to sped them up just enough to kind of get them out of their offensive flow. Valpo still staying in their half-court man-to-man. They may not go quite as deep as Hamilton Southeastern. They do have 4 players on the bench, but probably don't pick up as much full court defense.
Stidham open 3, right side, short. Barnes there for the miss for Valpo.
Good design play to get her on a flare screen, just a little short.
HSE 0 of 5 from distance. Brown lost it, gathered it back in, and then gives off to Barnes. Switching to defend is Kashani. Turned over, stolen, here comes Tolliver. Stidham with numbers, Euro into the lane, off of 1 foot, nicely done.
Tough shot. Well done in transition. That's good body control and knew what she was doing the whole time.
Stidham with all 4 points of the stanzas, tied us at 11. Unable to unbreak the tie was Brown with a 3. She gets it back here up top after the offensive rebound from Finn Cannon. Brown, little soft shot, no good. Air ball tapped into Stidham's mitts. Tolliver races to Holman, who ran right and got sandwiched between 2 different Viking defenders.
I like the push, but she put her into trouble. Kennedy Holman did a nice job of not losing the ball, actually making the catch first. I'm not sure she was going to get a shot off, so maybe a bailout foul, but you know, anytime Holman's around, she's going to get lots of attention. You got to do something to not let her score.
Foul on Clark, her first.
Holman averaging 19 a game to go along with 7 rebounds and almost 3 assists a game.
Brindley's 3, too much. As Valparaiso still looking for their first second quarter points. Barnes had their first 6 of the first.
Now they've got Green guarding Barnes. Remember, Holman started out on her.
Step out, Kincaid for a 3, short. And a quick rebound there for Orm.
Great outlet pass.
Stidham in transition, right side 3, too much on it. Holman goes knifing in, trying to get the rebound. Last touch by her, but great effort from KK Holman.
Love that transition. It was a quick outlet pass from Orm to Kennedy Holman, middle of the floor. She brings it down, sees her running mate Stidham wide open at the 3-point line. Good look, just not going down right now for the Royals.
Valpo in the green, 8th ranked team in Class 4A. Hamilton Southeastern in the white. They're the 4th ranked team in the biggest class in Indiana basketball. Burglar off the bench here for the Vikings. Barnes, a little hesitation. She draws the eyes of 3 different Royal defenders, be able to find Kincaid for a short jumper.
The one thing about Barnes is not only is she a great passer, she's a willing passer. She's looking for her teammates when she gets doubled up. She plays very, very good team basketball.
Barnes averaging almost 6 assists per game. With her team leading 21 points and 7 boards here. She hammers Orm on the take and gets called for the foul. First on the 5'11", Lily Barnes.
Abby Orm, junior. As a team, they're a decent free throw shooting team. 73% for the Royals. Abby Orm comes in at 67%.
A little bit long on the first one there. Quick trigger and gets the second one to go. HSE back to within 1. 4.5 left to go here in period number 2.
Low scoring affair for these two teams, but part of that is the defense that they're putting. Great back screen. That was, if you look to see, Clark got a really good back screen on Kincaid. Kincaid just goes straight to the block, easy turnaround jump shot.
Second hoop for Delilah Kincaid, turned over here by HSE. And a timeout here for the Royals and their 5th-year head coach Brian Satterfield. Today's game presented by the Paul Loggan Foundation. The Paul Loggan Foundation continues to give back to Washington Township by providing valuable resources to all athletic teams and is dedicated to supporting student athletes and enhancing athletic opportunities across the district. Be sure to attend the 6th annual Paul Loggan Memorial Invitational today and all day tomorrow. The Paul Loggan Foundation honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together. Rest of the schedule today, the 3 boys games here on day 1 will come up next. Avon and Valpo at about 3:15. Cathedral and North Central at 5 o'clock. And to round out the night, Hamilton Southeastern and Decatur Central. Scores from our first 2 girls games of the day. Cathedral defeated Avon 53-43. And Decatur Central able to hold on late against North Central 72-66.
Great day of basketball, boys and girls. I love how they got teams from some of the same, not all the same, but some of the same schools for boys and girls. You can bring your fans in, everybody can stay. Plenty to do in this area. Great facility and a terrific honor of Paul Loggan. So all around great stuff.
You kind of hear that a little bit with teams that are not from the central Indiana area going, well, no one really knows us or they'll see us. They're unafraid to bring these folks in here. Valpo, Lake Central's been a mainstay on the boys' side of this tournament for the last couple of years.
Jeff's coming in from the boys' side from way down south.
I think they had an okay year last year on the
Yeah,
boys' side.
Yeah, all right.
Here's Cheyenne Brown. Valpo out of the HSE timeout, still leading by 3. Barnes is yet to score here in the second quarter. They're thrown into a triple team. They won in Brown. Stidham has done a lot of dirty work here for the Royals in this first half. Nice read, though, by Barnes. She popped up out of nowhere for the steal on the Holman pass, but then Barnes couldn't connect. Holman jumps, twirls, hops, travels.
And that was both stars playing hard, but making it. I mean, they're human. They're going to make some mistakes. Missed a layup she probably almost never makes or misses. And then Holman, a little travel because she was indecisive. So I like to see both of them playing hard on both ends, and they're back to guarding each other again.
In the world of AAU basketball, you know their paths have crossed. You can see it. Barnes tried to get the steal against the first quarter against Holman, and when she didn't get it, she had this ear-to-ear smile, like she almost got one on one of her good friends.
Yeah, they've played each other, I'm sure, plenty of times. Hamilton Southeastern doing a great job of just having active hands, making every pass hard for the Vikings. That was going to be a backdoor cut that would have resulted in a layup, but tip out of bounds saves the layup.
Cadence Clark, the senior. All upperclassmen starting for Valpo today, 3 seniors and the 2 juniors. Van Cannon, one of those seniors here, being defended by Green.
You see Hamilton Southeastern just ratcheting up their defense, trying to get in the passing lanes, make every pass tough. There it is.
Roll from Brown, tried to save it, and here comes HSE on the turnover. Stidham out and running, goes against Barnes, angles. Good defense by Barnes to alter the shot.
Yeah, Barnes couldn't go for the block because she's already got a foul, didn't want to pick up 2.
Barnes has it here, stepping into a 3. Cheyenne Brown rainbows it home.
Brown is a proficient shooter from behind the arc. She shoots 32%. That's her 10th one on the season.
6-point lead for the Vikings, their biggest here of the afternoon. Stidham turns the corner, got right around Brown and throws it in for 2.
Stidham is known for her 3-point shooting, but that doesn't mean she can't do everything else.
She has 6 of HSE's 7 second quarter points as they trail by 4 on the defensive end here. Barnes. Holman knows to not give her too much space. Brown surveys. 2-woman game with Barnes. Long 3, too much on it. Long rebound tracked down by Brindley.
Good box out. Quickly down the floor that you see they're trying to transition into offense.
Ooh, pretty
That's
looking
why.
three. Abby Orm stepping right into it with confidence.
Abby Orm also 31% three-point shooter. They've got weapons all around on Hamilton Southeastern.
Don't look now, the Royals have it to within one. Barnes trying to stem the tide here for the Vikings. Green making her life difficult on the baseline.
We expected this to be evenly matched, and they're coming through today.
Holman trying to take the lunch money of Clark, and then Orm comes in to help her out. Quickly up the floor, Stidham, transition, three ball, no. It's the only thing she's not been able to do yet here in our first half.
Great tip out by Brindley, kept it alive.
Euro, and she drew the block. Help side defense underneath there was brief, and Cannon will get a look at it right here.
Well, you can see Kayla Stidham, she's probably a little frustrated. She's not getting shots to drop from behind the arc, so she took it strong to the basket.
Number 4 on Valpo here in the first half. And more free throw work for Kayla Stidham, our only player. One of our only 2 players has attempted a free throw today, none of them for Valpo.
Well, you mentioned earlier, Stidham, a extremely proficient free throw shooter, although she just missed one. She was 93% coming in on the year, had only missed 4. That was her 5th miss.
Nice hands by Missouri. And then Orm puts her nose right in there as she and Brown go tumbling down, both trying to hold on to the ball like a raft in the middle of the ocean. Held ball, tie up, and possession arrow to Valpo.
Both teams playing hard.
And like you mentioned, Jane, off the top, probably a little bit of a score to settle here with Valparaiso, knocked out by this HSE club in semi-state a year ago in the semifinals.
And I would say HSE maybe lost a little bit more.
And a looming screen called on Kincaid as Barnes ran Holman right into her. 3rd on Delilah Kincaid. And more importantly, the 5th one on Valparaiso here in the second. Valparaiso head coach Kelly Kratz trying to argue her case that Kincaid was just standing her ground and didn't move.
She may have a point. Didn't see it from the angle the official did, so.
Deadlocked at 18. How long does HSE want to wait to try to go?
Great
They'll
pass.
go right here on the Orm pass, sent right into Missouri.
Little ball screen and roll. They tried to double up. Orm out top. She'd already hit a 3. So Missouri just rolls, gets an easy 2.
First lead for HSE since they were up 7-6 back in the first quarter. Trying to answer Clark. Off the heel of the rim with 8 seconds. Here comes KK Holman. She stops, gives off to Stidham. She wants a volleyball line 3 off the front rim. And Clark won't be able to get a shot away. But a good close here for Hamilton Southeastern after falling behind by 6. They close on an 8-0 run to take a 2-point lead into recess here on the ISC Sports Network.
Got fouled, got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away, and he puts it away. And that'll volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness. Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds remaining.
Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it.
That's the finish.
You get a layup to take it, and an and one.
goes in and into the back of the net. A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman.
Oh, my goodness.
122.60 for Penn.
Oh, what a swim. Six of them.
An 8-0 close for number 4 Hamilton Southeastern has them ahead by 2 over number 8 Valparaiso in a matchup of the semi-state semifinal matchup that went the way of the Royals a year ago. Rick and Jane here with you at halftime. What impressed you most from both teams in that first half?
Well, I think for Hamilton Southeastern, they have not shot the ball well early on, especially in the first quarter, but they found other ways to score. That's what you have to do in these first game back. I mean, I feel like they've been off for quite a while, so they got into the free throw line. Stidham has been efficient at that, as well as finding some offensive rebounding opportunities, taking the ball to the basket. Their defense has been solid. They kept the ball out of Lily Barnes' hand in the second quarter, and that's something that if you're going to win, you got to keep Barnes from scoring as much as possible. On the flip side, I was really impressed that Valpo, they did a nice job of coming back. They got that, they got a little bit down, but they were able to battle back. And I think, for them, they got to continue to get Barnes the ball and get her and get spots where she can score the basketball, because they went cold as well in the second quarter.
You mentioned Barnes. She scored the first 6 points of the game for Valpo. Since then, nothing. Had just the one breakaway layup that she missed. Since then, it's been a lot of facilitating and kind of hanging around outside the three-point arc. Would you like to see her maybe try to get downhill a little bit more in half number 2?
Yeah, and I think she's getting a lot of attention, because you see every time she puts the ball on the floor, somebody from HSC is trying to close that gap off. They're doing a nice job of that gap defense. But she's somebody that's pretty crafty, so I feel like if they can get the ball moving a little bit, it might give her some opportunity to get to the rim.
We'll take a step back. We'll come back with our first half highlights and first half stats. You're watching the 6th annual Paul Logan Memorial Invitational here on the ISC Sports Network.
What's in a name? What's in a name? Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is
Yeah,
caught.
there you
oh,
go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That in Wrestler! Wrestler!
Whoa!
Warren Linton. Got fouled, got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away, and he puts it away. And little volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Kept though by Lawrence Barnes, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness, give it to him. Rolls through the lane and he dunks him. Oh my goodness.
First half highlights here from North Central High School, and it was the Lily Barnes show to start. Scored the first 6 of the ball game for Valpo to get the Vikings going early.
Yeah, she was able to get to the rim, and then Hamilton Southeastern got going there on the Abby Orm 3, but Barnes was still too much in that first quarter. She didn't score much in the second. Holman got going, great take to the basket. Obviously, she got to try to get her from going downhill. Opportunistic there for Clark, and the 3 going down as well for Valpo early. But they had that 6-point lead till Hamilton Southeastern started cutting into it, 8-0 to finish out. That was Stidham on the turnaround. There's Kincaid on the turnaround. She got another one just like that, making easy baskets off of screens. And of course, Brown gets going from behind the arc as well for Valpo. We mentioned Stidham didn't hit well from outside, but she did take it to the basket, got to the free throw line. That time, Abby Orm knocked it down again. So she's been the hot one from behind the arc for the Royals.
You mentioned Stidham with 9 points, 0 of 4 from three-point range, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Abby Orm, that bright spot in the first half, 7 points on 2 3-point baskets. That's really helped HSC, particularly in that late close of the second quarter. KK Holman, just 1 basket. That came in the first quarter. You saw it there in the highlights.
Yeah, she's getting a lot of pressure right now and just didn't really get much opportunity. So expect to see her get untracked in the second half, get things going offensively for the Royals.
On the other side for Valpo, 2 points for Cadence Clark, 3 points for Alyssa Bergler, 6 for Barnes, as we mentioned, as she and Holman had just all their points in the opening quarter of play. Cheyenne Brown, the three-pointer you saw, and then the 2 baskets from Delilah Kincaid. Other scores for Hamilton Southeastern outside of Stidham, Holman, and Orm. Missouri had those 2 points late in the second quarter for Hamilton Southeastern. We'll take a break, come back, and get a look at Jane's thoughts for changes to be made in the second half for both these teams. Number 4 Hamilton Southeastern up 20-18 over number 8 Valpo here on the ISC Sports Network.
What's in a name? What's in a name? Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is
Ah,
caught.
there you
oh,
go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That it is. Wrestler! Wrestler!
Whoa!
Warren wins it. Got fouled, got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away, and he puts it away. And little volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness, give it to him. Rolls through the lane, and he knocks him. Oh my goodness.
Back in North Central High School, 2-point lead for Hamilton Southeastern, the 4th-ranked team in Class 4A. They're in the home whites. Valpo, the 8th-ranked team in 4A, they are in the green as we start the third quarter. Jane, thoughts of changes that you see both teams make here as we start the second
Well,
half?
right away you see Valpo coming out in a half-court trap. Expect both of them to do maybe something different just to mix it up. But Hamilton Southeastern stayed calm, moved the basketball, found the wide-open Holman.
When in doubt, find Kennedy Holman. Her second basket of the day. She's up to 5. That's now an 11-0 run spanning the end of the second and the start of the third here for the Royals. As Valpo trying to find a way to get their offense back in gear. Starting 5 back out there for both teams as we begin the third. Clark going baseline, draws a double for Stidham. Throws cross court to Brown. Power dribble with the right hand off balance, and she drew the foul on Abby Orm.
Yeah, that's something that you see Brown taking it hard to the basket. She is the three-point shooter, so they rushed out a little at her. One of the things you could do is close her out going to the baseline so that she can't put the ball in her strong hand. She was going hard to the hoop. Might not go quite as hard if she's going left.
Just the second and third free throws for Cheyenne Brown this year. She missed the first of the year, but she makes numbers 2 and 3. And a nice response here by the Vikings. They get it back down to a 3-point deficit.
See, they're still in the what looks like more like a 3-2 zone defense.
They leave Orm open for a three. Her first miss from distance today. Barnes scoreless since the first quarter. Threaded into Kincaid, out for a lefty three-point try from Finn Cannon.
That's a great transition, pushed ahead, didn't have a good easy bucket inside, so kick it out for the standalone three.
And we're back even. Orm sideline, poking at it's Clark. They both go diving on the floor. Barnes was an inch away from getting her hands on the steal. Stidham, corner, Antoinette Green. Cannot get it from distance, out off the Royals. Well, we had wondered where the Valpo offense went, and they erupt for 5 quick ones to tie this thing in 23.
Quick 5 points. That's a way to get back in, tied it up. Looks like Hamilton Southeastern still in their man-to-man.
Losing it as Barnes had the ball go behind her, and then Barnes lost her footing, and this might go against her, and it does as she tripped up Ant Green.
It's just one of those I mean, it wasn't a bad pass. She just really wasn't quite ready for it, so it bobbled off, and trying to get it, everybody just kind of.
Another opportunity for HSE to regain the lead after Valparaiso scored 5 in a row here just a few moments ago. They leave Holman open for a three, almost the same spot. She had a three earlier. It's the same result.
Well, they set up in that 1-2-2, and they shifted, send somebody to the baseline, so they shifted down, which left Holman open on the wing.
2 threes for the future Florida Gator here in the third. She's up to 8 points. Long three to answer. Cheyenne Brown halfway down and out. Orm able to track it down on the baseline. Orm wheels. Goes cross court to Stidham. Back to where it came from. Brindley sets her feet. Tried to bank it in from the edge. No. Stidham offensive rebound. Put back. No good, but Cheyenne Brown gets called for the foul.
Kayla Stidham is just so impressive. The skip pass could have resulted in an assist, but comes off. She knows weak side rebound is an opportunity to get to the free throw line and to get points. And when you're not hitting yourself, which she's had a little bit of struggle today, she's finding ways to impact her team.
Stidham up to 10 points. Today's game brought to you by the Ed Martin Automotive Group. When it comes to your next car, Ed Martin is the only name you need to know. Find out more at edmartin.com. And Ed Martin is always proud to support the Hamilton Southeastern Royals.
And with the percentage that Kayla Stidham hits free throw wise, it's like a layup practically.
Pass gets deflected by Orm, able to pick it up as Brown. And she cashes in from a straightaway three.
Well, Brown, if you give her space, she is going to knock that down. 39% from behind the arc.
Trying to see her confidence grow with every shot she takes. Stidham, height advantage on Clark. Off to Holman, tries it from the left side this time. Cannot cash in from three as it goes off the basket support. 4:48 remaining here in a hotly contested third quarter between two of the top 10 teams in Class 4A. Number 8, Valparaiso with the ball, down 2 to number 4, Hamilton Southeastern. The team that ended their season a year ago in the semi-state semifinals, and Lily Barnes gets her first point since the first.
Well, remember, that's what she did in the first. She got down into the paint.
Holman baseline answers.
They've been using her to bring the ball up, which is fine, but once she gives it up, you got to find a way to get it back into your star's hands.
Brown spinning, baseline, up and over Brindley. No, gets her own miss. Fall away off of 1 foot. Sure, why not?
Lily Brown just doing a nice job getting opportunity for herself.
Halfway home in the third as both teams have turned up the intensity here coming out of the halftime break. Orm guarded by Kincaid, and the Valpo man-to-man that they've gone back to for the last couple times down the floor. Stidham on the edge. Green takes her spot and then kicks to Holman. Orm guarded tightly, finds the cutting Green right down the middle of the floor, but it rolled off. Another offensive rebound for Stidham, and she'll get 2 more free throws for her hard work underneath the basket.
Kayla Stidham averages 7 rebounds a game, 4.5 on the defensive, 2.5 on the offensive. and she's showing that today.
And she draws the third foul on Cheyenne Brown, who will exit. These will be free throws 9 and 10 for Kayla Stidham here today. So Kincaid exits with Brown as well. Alyssa Bergler and Allison Sedovic come in here for the Vikings.
Well, we expected this to be a closely contested game. However, a little bit more scoring, but they're showing that scoring here in the third quarter, starting to heat up both of them.
Fincannon up top, backs it out.
Valpo just trying to do a little weave. Hamilton Southeastern doing a great job of getting them going east to west instead of north and south. Couldn't turn the corner. And I think Kelly Kratz, the Valpo head coach, maybe predicted that. Right now they got Kennedy Holman. I'm not sure what happened. I did not see. She's on the ground.
You can see Barnes going over to check on her. Barnes still looking over her shoulder.
Something with her knee. She's holding her knee. And it does not look good. It looks like it's a very painful. We didn't see it. It might have been after the play. Sometimes those non-contact cuts, unfortunately.
Timeout for Valpo. We'll take a injury timeout here as the sports medicine staff at North Central and the HSE coaching staff come out to take a look at Kennedy Holman.
What's in a name? What's in a name? Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is good.
There you
oh,
go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
Wrestler! Wrestler! Whoa!
Get a look at the Hamilton Southeastern bench. Head coach Brian Satterfield talking to his team as KK Holman, one of the front runners for Indiana Miss Basketball, getting looked at here on the floor by the sports medicine staff from North Central. Her mom, Lisa Holman, who is an assistant coach on the floor, out taking a look out there as well with her. It's a timeout for Valparaiso with the 3-minute mark here of the third, as it was Fincannon or Clark that had gotten into some trouble near the timeline. And
yeah, it was actually Green up top
yeah.
defending, and I didn't see, but she maybe, it might have been a non-contact. She came to a stop and slipped, and hopefully all you can hope for is, you know, that it's not serious. She's getting helped off the floor. She's having trouble putting weight on that leg. So
yeah, they're taking a look at the right leg there, Kennedy Holman. And is trying to get helped off the floor here. And again, we wish the best for Kennedy Holman, one of the top players in the state of Indiana, the future Florida Gator, being helped off the floor to be looked at here after suffering a lower body injury here with 3:12 to go in the third quarter. And we mentioned the bond that a lot of these players have. You know, Valparaiso obviously not close to Hamilton Southeastern from a driving standpoint,
right.
But the first one that was there to go check on her was Valpo's Lily Barnes. And we mentioned through the AAU and playing in state tournaments and everything else, you get to know when you're one of these top players in the state, you get to know each other, and you can see Barnes was the first one there trying to check on her. And even when she walked back to her huddle, she took 2 or 3 looks over her shoulder to go see how Holman was doing.
Yeah, never want that to happen to anyone, and obviously they're going to check on her and see what's going on back there, and you just hope for the best.
Yeah. So it'll be Valparaiso ball coming out of their timeout. They trail by 2. They were down by 2 at the end of the second quarter.
Well, in game now, regardless of what the situation is now, somebody from Hamilton Southeastern is going to have to step up, take a little bit of that scoring load, but it's probably not one person. It's going to be a collective. Well, you see Lily Barnes. We talked about that she had not gotten on the board in the second quarter, but now she's back to Lily Barnes, finding opportunity to get to the basket. It's what she does best.
Second hoop of the third. She's up to 10 points and ties our game at 32 as Valpo going to the zone defense. Orm attacks. Far side Green, catch and shoot 3. Perfect.
That's exactly what they need in terms of picking up some of the scoring load. Antoinette Green averages 4 a game. That's a nice shot from behind the arc.
Royals back in front by a bucket. Putting on the deck, Clark. Ran into 2 defenders, threw it up, but they call her for the traveling violation.
Yeah, she tried to force that through and had a nice drive and got past her defender. But what I've been talking about with the Hamilton Southeastern defense, their gap defense is really good. If you start to put it on the ground, they close that gap and make it difficult for people to get to the basket.
Brown and Kincaid back on here for the 8th-ranked Vikings. It's Missouri who's checked in to replace the injured KK Holman. Stidham, cross court to Green, extra pass. Orm had 2 threes in the first half and finds her first one of the second.
Great basketball with the extra pass, almost a touch pass, didn't let it stick. Get it to the open shooter and the hot shooter. Orm knocks it down again.
First Green, now Orm with back-to-back HSE threes. Barnes, turnaround, no. Rebound for Green, and here comes HSE with 100 seconds remaining in the third stanza. Brindley's picked to the bounce early, twisting away from a double team. Green goes far side and Stidham. Nice extra pass, Missouri, who can't finish from point-blank range.
Boy, the Royals had a chance there to build on this lead with a nice bucket. Look inside.
Back-to-back threes for HSE. Valpo still trying to find their first points in some time. Clark trying to give it to him with a corner 3, rattles off. Hustling and going out of bounds was Kincaid.
Almost a 2-minute drought for Valpo right now. 6-2 run by the Hamilton Southeastern Royals.
Full court press here from Valpo. And stepping on the baseline was Brindley, out of bounds, and it goes back to the Vikings.
That's the other piece. You know, we talk about Holman's ability to score the ball, but what she really does for this Royal team is she handles the ball. And now some of those people that are a little better playing off the ball, they've got to pick up the slack and take care of it, not turn it over.
Evie Tolliver makes her first appearance of the second half. Nice spin inside from Kincaid for the soft finish.
That's exactly what Valpo needed. They're starting, Royal defense is pressuring. Go back door and get a nice little easy look.
Clark picks up the foul near the timeline. 4th on Valpo here in the third with 53 seconds left to play.
These two teams, even though they haven't scored it at the clip we expected, they haven't disappointed in the competitive. It's been back and forth.
Running into trouble was Missouri. And a defensive foul called against HSE as Valpo's trying to fling it up the floor.
It's actually a good foul, even though, you know, if we were not in high school, they would have maybe called that. I can't think of the name right now, but stop.
Oh my gosh, clear
Clear
path.
Path, thank you.
Thank you, Vince,
To
in
the
the truck.
Way to go, Vince.
Vince is freezing in the truck, but he's able to help us out with a clear path.
Clear Path.
So if you see any smoke coming from the truck, don't worry. Vince has just started a fire, trying to stay warm out there against these brisk winds through the Indiana winter.
It did get cold very quickly. Didn't
takes your breath right out of your lungs.
Cold very quickly.
I kept watching the news last night, just going, "There's no way it's going to drop this fast."
Yep.
Like, I know the meteorologists have their degrees and all that.
Yeah.
Like they've been doing this forever. But I was like, "There's no way."
No
like, come
way.
on, no
Come
way.
on.
Way with a capital W, baby, this
absolutely.
morning. Green who hit a 3 to start the quick 6-0 burst. Out to Orm. Front rim, but good track down from Tolliver. Green tries her hand at another 3. This one off target as well. Another rebound for Stidham, and guess what? More free throws for Kayla Stidham off an offensive rebound.
Stidham. You know, I love watching her play because she's known as a shooter. She's a terrific shooter. And you think about what a lot of people saw from her last year because you had, as you mentioned, Maya Makaluski. They also had KK Holman, Kennedy Holman. She could stand out there and shoot. This year, we're seeing everything. I mean, and she's always had it in her game, but maybe a little bit more needed because they don't have all the scoring offensive power that they had in the past, and she's finding a way to get it done.
Bowling Green has got themselves a good one. And also, she's an excellent free throw shooter. She exits here. She's gone just 11 of 12 from the line today. All but 4 of her points have come from the stripe.
Some days when you're not hitting from outside, you just got to find a way, and she's finding a way.
And her free throws keep HSE ahead by 2 possessions. Sadevic off to Barnes. Strength mismatch, bully ball inside Brown, as she knew what right to do when she had the shorter defenders behind her.
Well, the interesting thing is, and Brown's not terrifically tall, but she is strong post. She doesn't find herself in the post much, but she definitely has that move, that drop step, tough to guard.
Number 1 on Tolliver. And cashing in for the first one is Brown. Green out, Orm in here for HSE. And if you're just joining us, KK Holman, the 4-star recruit going to Florida next year, suffered a lower body injury about the 3-minute mark here of this third quarter, has not come back since, as Brown misses the second free throw. And we go to the fourth. Exactly what we expected between 2 of the top 10 teams in the state. HSE leads Valpo 40-37 after 3 here on the ISC Sports Network.
Got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away, and he puts it away. And little volley, oh my goodness. What a touch for the goal. Jumped though by Lawrence Barnes, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Shields Assigning Services. Chris Shields, one of Indiana's top officials, and is responsible for the assignment of officials for many major events, including the Paul Logan Memorial Invitational. Want to become an IHSA official? We need you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to find out how easy and rewarding it can be. Plus, your first year license is free.
It's great that Chris Shields supports this effort. He's actually officiating this game. He was down on the baseline watching that basket by Valpo.
Barnes gets it in. She's up to 14. I always love it when the read works out when the person's in the building.
Shields, Damon Williams, and Adam Abubakar are on the officiating crew today, doing a great job.
First possession for HSE in the fourth, out to an open look at 3, and Kashani drilled it.
Love the inside-out look. Three-point shooters love that pass that comes from right. Think about how much you practice when the ball goes, kids, pass it out from underneath. That's what it feels like. Shooter catches and scores.
Barnes getting downhill again, draws the foul on Missouri, and free throws upcoming for Lily Barnes. Would you like to see Lily Barnes start putting her stamp on this one a little bit more here?
It's one of those taking over modes, and it looks like she might be in takeover mode.
She has the first 3 of the quarter for Valpo, trying to make it 4.
Well, and she scores it at 20 points a clip, as well as almost 7 rebounds, and like you said, 6 assists a game, almost 5 steals a game. So she's a stat stuffer.
Right on cue, a steal for Barnes. Double team, doesn't care, threads it a little bit far away from Brown, who then tackled Tolliver and gets called for the foul, number 4 on her.
Yeah, that was a tough pass, a little bit too much defensive pressure for her to get that through. One-handed pass, a wraparound.
Full court press here from Valpo. And a traveling violation here against Kashani. She didn't play at all in the third quarter, had spot minutes in the first and second. Burglar in here for the Vikings. With 6:51 left to go here in the fourth. Number 4, Hamilton Southeastern in the white. Leading by 3 over number 8, Valparaiso in the green. Third game of 6 today here at North Central. Day 1 of the 6th annual Paul Logan Memorial Invitational. Sadevic. Ball spun to Clark in the corner. Cut off by Orm, picks up the bounce.
Good Hamilton Southeastern defense. Not making it easy, nowhere to go. Valpo really having trouble finding a lane to the basket.
Barnes calling for it, but she's all the way behind the play underneath the rim. Fincannon. HSE looks for a walk that doesn't come. A patient, long possession here for Valpo. 3-shot blocked, and it was Stidham. Turning the shot away there from Burglar, and a foul against Valparaiso. Their fans unhappy.
Well, on the Stidham block,
number 3 on Barnes.
Valpo goes down, so maybe their fans wanted that kind of
The
follow
follow-through.
through. Didn't get it. Barnes picks it up 60 feet from the basket.
Clark pokes at it. Orm got it back. 2 minutes and change here into the fourth. Rematch of the state semifinal that HSE defeated Valpo in a year ago. 3-ball long from Brindley. Tight roping the baseline Stidham, and she just stepped out of bounds.
Another almost offensive rebound for Stidham. She's really smart. She knows when the ball goes up, she gets that weak side spot, gets her hands on stuff.
All 3 points for Valpo belong to Barnes. She'll go cross-court. Clark to tie it, and she rattled it in right in front of her own bench.
That's a deep 3, good skip pass. She caught it, ready to shoot.
First scoring for Clark since the first quarter. And a 30-second timeout, I should say, here for Hamilton Southeastern, as Orm was getting into the danger zone.
Yeah, they were about to turn it over. Brian Satterfield did a great job getting a quick 30-second timeout.
Today's game brought to you in part by the Paul Logan Foundation. As you take a look at that Cadence Clark 3-point basket, the Paul Logan Foundation continues to give back to Washington Township by providing valuable resources to all athletic teams and is dedicated to supporting student athletes and enhancing athletic opportunities across the district. Be sure to attend the 6th annual Paul Logan Invitational. We still have 3 more games on the docket today, and we have a full slate of 6 games coming up tomorrow. The Paul Logan Foundation, honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together. Tied at 43. Valpo's last lead came all the way back in that first quarter. They had tied it at 23, 28, and 30 in that third quarter. Deadlocked here at 43. Orm's with a nice scoring punch here, and nobody stops her, and she'll float it in. She's got 12.
That's a great read because she's hit from outside, so they rush at her, and she goes around off the dribble, but didn't go into the trees, didn't force it all the way. Good pull-up.
Barnes, kick out, 3, Kincaid, halfway down and no. Good box out by Green for HSE. Brindley gets slammed upon by Kincaid, who tried to jar it free, but then got half ball and half body.
Kincaid, I like the aggressiveness, but you got 4.5 minutes left, and that's her 4th foul. She's going to come out of the game.
She's done a nice job of kind of being a matchup problem here for HSE, a little inside-outside. As Jane mentioned earlier, just 4 subs on the Valpo bench today. Stidham has been a workhorse today for the Royals. Outside for a 3, trying to earn a first one, still cannot dial it up from there. 0 of 5 is Kayla Stidham.
It's a good flare screen for her. One of those is going to go down. You feel like it's going to be a big one late. It's what you tell shooters, just keep shooting, because that's what she does.
Barnes posting up against the shorter Ant Green and draws the foul. That's a 7-inch height difference.
Well, that's the other piece that you lose Holman, who was guarding Barnes half of the time. Green was doing it some of the time. Now it's all on Green all the way the rest of the way.
Yeah, Holman, KK Holman, injured at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter with a lower body injury, has not returned. Barnes spins, too much on it. Here comes HSE the other way, ahead by 2.
She's getting evaluated in the back, so if we get any kind of word, we'll let you know, but just hope for the best with the way that went.
Into Stidham, going post move against Barnes. Couldn't finish through the contact. Tapped out and a nice cut in by Missouri for the offensive board.
Missouri has been, she's not going to show up in the stat sheet, but making things happen.
Orm trying to make it happen from 3. No, but Stidham cleans up another one, and Kayla Stidham has done work today on the offensive glass.
I wish I were keeping how many offensive rebounds she's got, but she has to have at least 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And they've resulted in points over and over again.
4-point lead for HSE as Stidham has answered the bell here today without Holman for the majority of this second half. Clark trying to clear through on Orm. Stepping into is a Brown 3, and
Whoa.
She got it.
Stidham was actually coming at her, and she stepped up and hit a big-time 3 from behind the arc.
14 for Cheyenne Brown. Full timeout on the floor. That is the third made 3 for Brown today, 3 of 6, and she's made her last 2.
Yeah, they are not disappointing. Both teams, players making plays. The defense is not let down. Nothing's changed. The defense is still strong, but now we've got players just making plays, finding a way to get to the basket, finding a way to hit shots behind the arc, or good offensive putback opportunities. Great basketball game all around.
HSE dominated this matchup last year in the semi-state semifinal, winning 57-39. Valpo brought a ton of people back from a year ago, headlined by Lily Barnes. HSE did as well. They obviously lost Makaluski, who's now at IU, missed basketball. But, whew.
You just reload and re-go. But when you got players like Holman and Stidham, you got pieces around it. I mean, you're still going to be good. Obviously, a little bit looking different than they did last year. And now Valpo contending with Hamilton Southeastern. Good early matchup for these two to see where they are. I like this. I like that they come down from Northern Indiana. I know that teams from the central part love to play northern teams. It's just a great time over the holiday to see where you are, get a look at you.
And how about these last 3 games for the Vikings? Beat number 1 Norwell Saturday, turned right around after a game in between, and beat a really good Fort Wayne Center team by 10 at their home floor that you and I got to see before Christmas, and now going toe-to-toe with number 4 Hamilton Southeastern.
Yeah, pretty fun for Valpo just to kind of start to realize what they can be, and you see they're getting scoring from all around. It's not just the Lily Barnes show. They've got a good complement.
Clark hit a big 3 a couple possessions ago. But with no KK Holman on the floor for HSE, where do they turn here, leading by 1, less than 3 to go?
Well, it looks like they're not stalling, but they are definitely not in a big hurry.
Orm into contact, and she went in there with nice aggression.
Orm, also known as a three-point shooter, she's finding her way to the bucket. I love that she's found that they're really putting a lot of pressure. What do you do when someone pressures you? Take a ball to the basket. She did so effectively.
All 5'3" of Abby Orm going in there with reckless abandon. First free throw good. 13 for her today.
Orm, an excellent, pretty good free throw shooter at 67%.
She'll split the pair, so the best she can do is make it a 2-point Hamilton Southeastern lead. Barnes, head of steam, over 2 defenders, just rolls off, and Stidham gobbles up another rebound.
Every time Barnes is going to the basket, Hamilton Southeastern needs to continue to bring an extra defender.
Nice cut. Brindley down the lane and got bumped by Brown. And that's the 5th one on Cheyenne Brown. Her afternoon is over.
Well, terrific job. That pass inside, just that cut down the lane is the toughest one you've got to stop it. You've got to make sure you make her cut behind. And nobody did. They unfortunately came over too late after Brindley had already cut to the basket on the block. Doesn't get the shot, but gets the opportunity at the free throw. Most importantly, sends Brown to the bench. Piper Brindley, just a sophomore. Shoots 50%. She shot her average.
3-point hole here for Valpo with the ball. Clark hit a three from that spot a little bit earlier to bring them within striking distance. Nice steal by Green as she stepped right in and took the lunch money of Barnes. And then Stidham bulldozes her way in, but it just falls off the rim. Green had her pocket picked from behind and then fouls Clark 90 or 80 feet away from the hoop. Whew.
Love, love, love the intensity. Stidham kind of knocking her head. She's like, she's one of those players who probably hates it when she misses a layup. There was a lot of pressure on that little body, and she played through it, just didn't get it to go down.
Valpo with the ball down 3. To tie it. Off the back of the rim from Finn Cannon. Last touch by Barnes. It's going back to Hamilton Southeastern.
Barnes knocks it out of bounds over top. But I love the pursuit. Both teams just battling. Every possession counts on both ends of the floor, so both teams just leaving it out there.
Orm, who has been fantastic here in this second half. Stidham, open, driving, going right around a defender, and another one just rolls off for Stidham. As you can see her look to the sky for an answer, but a knee and a hip check from Missouri on another Hamilton Southeastern foul all the way from the hoop.
Missouri getting some extended minutes because of Holman being out. She's just a sophomore, so they've got some young players out there right now. Obviously, Green and Stidham are seniors, but they're playing with sophomores and juniors to try to take up the load of Kennedy Holman.
The HSE bench was hoping to get an offensive foul on Barnes as she hooked the arm around Missouri. Barnes up top. Green has been a pest to her defensively. Fall away, elbow, back rim. Stidham, guess who for another rebound?
Yep. She surely has a double-double without a doubt.
And like you mentioned, she might have a double-double in offensive rebounds alone. Orm, Missouri, big three if it goes. It does not. And the weak side rebound is tracked down by Finn Cannon. 60 seconds left to go here as Barnes, Clark, three for the tie. No. Stidham rebound.
Oh,
and Missouri took an extra step trying to track in the long-range pass from Stidham.
If you're Hamilton Southeastern, the last two possessions, you probably don't need the three. You're up 3. Get a better, higher percentage shot, and I'm not sure you need that outlet pass. Yes, if she's got a wide-open layup, but she really didn't, so that's tough to pull back.
Timeout here with 50 and 5/10 of a second left to go here. An exciting third game of the day here from North Central High School. Our first 2 games of the day are where we saw Cathedral defeat Avon 53-43. And Decatur Central had to hold on. North Central gave them all kinds of fits in our second game today, but DC defeats NC 72-66. The rest of our schedule today, Park Tudor against North Central in our first boys game of the day. That's up next. Pike and Lake Central after that, and Carmel takes on the defending 4A state champs Jeffersonville in our final game of the night today. Tomorrow, the boys and girls flip. So the boys start things off tomorrow, the first 3 games starting at 10, and the girls take us home starting at about 3:15 tomorrow afternoon. But if you're a basketball fan here in Indiana, ISC, the only place you need to be today and tomorrow. Obviously, our coverage here in North Central, we've got a full crew up in Kokomo for the Phil Cox tournament up there at Memorial Gymnasium, that historic old barn up there in the City of Firsts.
Love tournament time around the holidays. A lot of teams participating today and tomorrow.
Valpo with the ball, an opportunity to tie. Barnes goes to the rim, floater, no, trying to get her own miss, and Stidham picks it up off the floor, able to rip it away, and a quick timeout from Brian Satterfield of Hamilton Southeastern.
Ball's going to be down on the baseline. Again, not college or pro where they get to advance it within the last minute, but still a good timeout. Brian Satterfield wants to. The only critical piece about that timeout is you had Kayla Stidham with the ball, who Valpo, if they foul her, that's easy buckets.
Yeah.
And now, when you call the timeout, even though you're setting something up, you got to get the ball in, and you got to get down the floor. And if I'm Valpo, I don't let Kayla Stidham have the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I double team her. She's their best free throw shooter. Somebody else is going to have to go to the free throw line, so you still have a chance.
She's 11 of 12. Stidham is from the free throw line today. Has a team high 17 points. Again, if you're just joining us, KK Holman, 4-star recruit, Florida commit, injured her right leg around the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. We have not seen her since. They took her back for further evaluation at around the end of that third quarter. Barnes called for the foul in the backcourt. And now she's got to be careful. That's her fourth.
Still a long way to go. I know you think about 34 seconds, but if you're Valpo, depending on what happens here, as Piper Brindley's going to go to the free throw line. Remember, she's just a 50% free throw shooter.
You got nothing? I'm just screwed.
Brindley's missed 2 free throws in a row. Does not miss 3. And that's a big one because it makes it a 2-possession game. Barnes, green all over, floater, goes from the baseline. Tough bucket for Barnes. And timeout on the floor. Again, Beach team had 2 timeouts left. Foul situation, HSE in the bonus. So you can see on your screen there, one more foul from the Royals would put Valpo in the bonus as well.
This game far from being over. You saw how quickly Lily Barnes scored.
Yeah.
Now, you can't trade baskets, but it was 1 free throw for 2 points on the other end, so they've cut it to 2 now. Going to try to see if their defense put a little pressure on. If you're Valpo, you're trying to steal in the half court. If you don't get it by the half court, then you can go ahead and foul anybody but Stidham pretty much. Obviously, she is the best free throw shooter at 93%.
2 players on the floor for HSE have not attempted a free throw today. One of those right there, Orm, but then
steal.
taken away by Barnes. Then she falls down to the floor. Valpo looks for a foul that does not come. 19 seconds left. Stidham lost it, stolen by Barnes. Wide open layup, and we're tied.
In a crazy sequence, they triple team Stidham, and she just dropped, got it taken away.
Barnes blocked the pass. Missouri picks it up. Finds Orm up top with 4 into the corner. Stidham for a 3. Got it! The first 3 of the day for Kayla Stidham. Wins the game for number 4 Hamilton Southeastern.
What? Did we call it or what? We said she kept missing. I said she's just going to keep shooting because that's what shooters do. And then she knocks it down when it means the most. That's nuts. I love it.
She had missed all 5 of her 3s until the 6th one. And Stidham finishes with 20 and hits the game winner as Hamilton Southeastern picks up their 4th in a row. And I don't need to tell you who the player of the game is. That young lady right there.
Yeah, when shooters have struggles, everybody, coaches will tell them over and over again, do other things, and she did. She went to the offensive glass. She got to the free throw line. She played defense. She rebounded on the defensive end, and then when she got her chance at the very end, and a wide open standalone jump shot, she's made hundreds of those, knocked it down big time for her team today.
And you can see the Royals going over and giving KK Holman hugs. Again, she suffered that lower body injury at the end of the third quarter. So you're talking to a team right there as they pick up their 4th win in a row, 10th out of their last 11.
Yeah, tough for, unfortunately, that's when one of your teammates goes down, even though you're happy with the win, it's so way less important just because you want your teammate to be okay.
Again, we wish the best for Kennedy Holman. Again, had to be helped off the floor and then taken back for further evaluations. They will figure out exactly what happened there at the end of the third. But Kayla Stidham with 20 points. The only 3 she made was the very last one and is the most important as Hamilton Southeastern wins today by a final of 53-50. Special thanks to our great director, Vince Morellis, camera operator, Buzz Alarkin. For Jane Schott, I'm Rick Johnston. Coming up next, Greg Rakestraw and Jim Leisure take you through game number 4, our first boys game of the day. It is Park Tudor and North Central here on the ISC Sports Network.